Welcome to the AlbionTV War Report, your source of live battle coverage featuring the top guilds and alliances of Albion Online. Today is the 7th of December, 2021. I am your host, the Shozen One, and I am joined today by Robinhoodrs on the play-by-play and Bogul on the camera. We are currently on a 15-minute delay, so if you have any reports of live action, please contact us in-game on the Shozen One or Robinhood GM. We are currently bouncing around trying to find some action. We did find some earlier, as we did see Elevate run into POE earlier. I believe it was POE Go?
Yeah, POE Go went headfirst into Hello, and Hello quickly sent them back to Hideout. It was over in a flash, actually, even though POE Go held South Vision angle and a choke point over Elevate. And I mean, Elevate and the boys just walked right in one engage, broke the choke, and just walked over and cleaned up. It was pretty disgusting. And Tomashi shot calling on a Trinity Spear, which is something I've never seen before. Interesting. I don't know if he's doing it purely for cosmetic looks or if there's something that we don't know yet. We'll have to wait and see. But the mighty war, the anti-PoE versus PoE coalition war, is well underway. As today we have, I mean, they're all out and about. Hello Alliance, FRAG Alliance, AAA, Black Order, they're all out ready to fight at the 1800 time slot. Already shields have been removed on PoE's hideouts in a couple zones. In Driving Cross, Stop's hideout is down to 3 out of 5 shields. And in Rivercop's Fount, Hammer and Sickles hideout is on 4 out of 5. So, I mean, early on, this is something that we didn't see in the last wars. We didn't really start seeing hideouts getting hammered until like a couple weeks in. This time round, it's like a couple days in, we're already seeing shields getting wiped off. And maybe over this course of the war report this week, we'll see a hideout go down maybe.
We very well could. We do see a force of Dove already in there, prepared to take down that shield. So it's been quick that these guys got to the point of where they want to be and are starting the attack against PoE. And there's a lot of PoE though, so it's not, I don't know, Robin, I still think these guys can get a couple in, get a few shields back here and there. I don't think they're going to give them up right away. And there is always the opportunity to put down an HQ. I'm currently watching One Done versus Surfy over in Glacial Fall Pass. I'm on Mon JP of the Uprising King. It's kind of small scale. I believe the Uprising King have just around, I would say 16 guys.
Yeah, it looks pretty even, to be honest. Surfy Wide trying to back up away from the castle. And Mon JP's keeping these guys locked in place. That melee DPS gonna pop his Hellion Jacket to stay alive. Surfy Y, though, playing very spread at the moment. And, I mean, both sides are actually quite spread out. Just slowly kiting it back west. Very small scale content over the castle here. Obviously, the castle doesn't give much. Only 195 season points. Big Camland into the clump. No follow-up CC, unfortunately, for One Done. I was not expecting there. The return comes in from Surfy Y. The permafrost connecting. There comes the reflect from the Demon Armor, though. It's going to catch that permafrost out. Oh, he's going to blink back. He's going to make it out alive. Surfy Y now kiting back. A nurturing is down. Can they pick off this one tank? So small scale content like this, it's all about getting that one pick. It's not about getting a massive deletion on a clump. If you can find it, I mean, congratulations, but picking them off one by one is the way forward here. Mon JP applying the pressure. The Blight Staff kind of wasted there by Surfy Y. And, Mon JP's boys are very slow to react to the call here to carry on kiting southwest. Finally, they used the carpet to get down the choke point. I think they were a little bit hesitant, wondering if Surfy was going to, you know, maybe do a return on the choke point. Mon JP still very much out in front here. Just Diddy dancing back and forth. There comes the fire cues coming down on the ground, applying some fire dot damage to anyone that walks on top. Big Damnation Pierce coming in. Nice engagement. The counter Cameron comes in. Permafrost connecting. Brimstone raining down. 2 members of Surfy Y going down as well. Surely you go for a full push defensive. Wind Wall, though, coming out. That was nicely done there from the Grotto Seeker support player. MonJP, though, applying the pressure as reinforcements from Scent of One Done Alliance coming in on the rear. Unfortunately, now it's definitely not an even battle, and it's going to be cleanup crew for One Done catching whoever they can here in Glacial Full Pass.
Not bad by One Done here, taking on Surfy and doing a really good job of taking them down. I'm currently just scouting things over in Dry Vein as we have Para's hideout being, territory being attacked by the combined forces of PoE Go and PoE Prime here. They have quite a few in the zone right now, and I only see a few guys from Frag at the moment. Noob Slayer hanging out and doing a bit of scouting and finding out what's over here, taking down his territory.
Yeah, a lot of these guys just getting into position. Obviously, the rumbles from before we came on air kind of shook things up and forced people back out a little bit. Gotta get those regroups in place. Everyone's just chilling. Got 9 minutes until the territories go live, and we have quite a few of them under attack today. I mean, as expected, most of the 1800 time slot of the PoE region, raining from Farshore Bay and Farshore Cape all the way up through the heartland of 1800 UTC and into Darkborough Snag. And I just keep getting bounced off every time someone comes through.
Yeah, it's
really
kind of difficult to find people right now, as it feels like they're zoning half the time, and it's been a lot of bouncing around. But we're getting there. We're finding out where the battles are. Currently, just trying to find where everybody is spreading out to, because there's a giant war going on, and one of the things that we see happen is the larger the war gets, the harder it is for these armies to really match up properly against each other. So there's a lot more movement and a lot less fighting.
Yep, and it's all about communication at the higher level, knowing your cluster queues and your rotations around the map. It looks like both Frag and Elevate, the Hello Alliance, will be sandwiching Dry Vein End. You got Frag to the southwestern Dry Vein confluence. You got Elevate Hello coming in from Sunkborough Spring. PoE now zoning out into Sunfang Approach as the rotation continues. M3R also on the field. We saw them, get involved a couple of times. We were not sure if they're working with anyone, if they're just running solo. Not
Well, I will say
sure.
they were hanging out at the door as PoE came in, and they did run. I don't know if that's because they're all going to the same location or what, but it didn't seem like they wanted that fight. And we do have some action over here. It does look like, I believe that is PoE Go taking swats at M3R.
Righty.
There's also Overlords in the zone, and I believe the Overlords were friendly with M3R because they were all hanging out the door together.
And it's like 1 or 2 members of M3R are going to get caught off guard there by PoE Go. Nothing too crazy, as just 1 or 2 members going down. PoE rotating to Sunfang Approach northeast door. That's going to give them the cutoff into Sunfang Ravine and up into the northeast region of the map. I believe that's where AAA are currently sitting. Rivercop's Fount is where AAA are currently holding position on Q. Q. How do you pronounce it? Is it Q? Like that one?
I think so, yeah.
Q.
Q.
Cool.
Q. Like almost like cool, but like Q.
Q.
You know? Q. That's Q.
Q.
That's Q.
Q. Okay, Q.
Get Q, kid.
Well,
Q.
AAA sitting up here with a level 50 disarray debuff in Rivercop's Fount. Wow, jeez, these guys surely are packing in the numbers. I mean, shout out to AAA. I think this is completely like out of their time slot they would normally play. Obviously, a lot of them from the SEA region or the C region, Southeast Asia. That's right, isn't it? Southeast Asia. Yeah.
Okay.
Region of the world. So I believe it's quite late, actually. I just saw what Bogul put in the chat.
Yeah, I did too. Yeah, it's absolutely that's where I got it from. I have one of those.
You.
Yeah.
Man.
You should say the way the kids say, "Brah."
Hat are also masked.
The worst.
Oh, yo, Hat are being forced down from the northeast side, and they're coming into Thunder Rock Upland right now. Aussie 1, obviously the shot caller for Hat, I believe, the main shot caller for Hat Alliance, at least for Reign of Terror here, as they're starting to edge their way into Thunder Rock Upland with a 41 disarray coming in. Obviously, this was the split-off group from the Nope Alliance, which used to work under the umbrella of POE over the last 2 seasons, Season 13 and the Energy Surge season itself. And then Nope splitting off into 2, Hat becoming the remaining umbrella part for the POE Alliance. And looks like the Horn of Gondor has been sounded. Gonna see how impactful they are as they're starting to edge into position. I keep saying it, every time we have major wars like this, I would love to have a heat map just to give like a massive overview on the world, just to see where these blobs are going, just to give a better perspective for the audience at home. Because it's okay for us to like call out names like of the zones and stuff, but there's only so much you can like follow. But having like a massive heat map would be dope. Just show these massive blobs zoning through different zones, repositioning themselves. Because POE now in Rivercop's path. So they're throwing themselves into the middle, pretty much. They can go northeast into that region or back southwest into that region. It looks like Elevate are coming in to have a little tango with them here, as I'm going to hop on Tamashi. Wait, Tamashi's not even in the zone. He's still in Sunfang Ravine. As he's cluster queuing in, actually. Click on Syndic for now then. See what plays out.
Didn't somebody say that Elevate runs 2 Zergs?
Yes. Lost Legends would be the other shot caller. He's actually in here.
All right, well, let's head over to him.
Okay. Lost Legends. I'll put it in chat there. Looks like Elevate a little bit confused. Maybe they didn't set up their cluster prio correctly. Because I would expect Tamashi to be in here.
I got knocked off Syndic too.
Yep, as did I. I'm back onto Lost Legends right now. He is currently mounted up and repositioning his Zerg.
Cluster Q's about to hit here. Reinforcements will be coming in via that northwest door. POE are dismounted to the east. A lot of them could get caught off guard here. Lost Legends taking the hilltop with his strong 15 warriors against a full force of POE.
Oh, there's nothing to be done here.
Massive clumps, but there's no way they're going to live that. What were they?
No.
What were they thinking?
Well, coming up behind them is Tamashi and the boys. They are coming from the southern perspective on this. They'll be here in just a second on top of him. And there it is. They made it.
All right, here they come. The major force. Maybe Lost Legends wanted to keep them engaged in a fight to allow...
That's what I think this was. Just hold them here in order to allow the remaining forces of Elevate to catch up and engage deep into CIR's main force here. And it does look like it has worked, as CIR is melting in the Elevate engagements. They are just getting brutalized here. This is just... I have to say, the POE Prime ZVZ force has been very uneven recently. It seems like sometimes they're very effective, then other times just not quite as good. Have you noticed that as well?
Yeah, I gotta admit, like sometimes we see them absolutely just ruffle stomp, and then sometimes we just see them absolutely crumble. I don't know, maybe it's different shot callers coming online, I'm not sure. But Tamashi and the boys looking for a return engagement, trying to bait POE up this choke point using the new map layouts and terrain to their advantage here. Some engagements coming in, but we have another group of POE coming in over the northwest side along the cliff angle. Defenses are down.
There's a group coming from the south as well. This is a really good job by POE, coming from multiple angles and making it very hard for Elevate to remain in a defensible position. They're going to have to kite here, probably move towards the weakest of the POE groups and hope that they see... Oh, are those Hogs?
It could be just combat looters. We'll have to wait and see.
I think that's what it might be. I'm going to go check and see. I did see them to the west. I want to see how many of those we have.
It looks
No,
like
it's just more elevate. Yeah.
Looks like Elevate are coming into a full kite mode situation here. A lot of the PoE tanks doing what they do best, and that's going to be causing chaos in the back line. Trying to force PoE through this choke point, though. Nice return engagement, but PoE putting out some amazing DPS onto the front lines of Elevate. Not going to secure any kills, though. Actually, they secured one, but they lost a good 10, and now Tamashi's opening as he got reinforcements to the east. You see him coming up the choke point on the eastern side. PoE are now pinned up against a wall here as they're getting collapsed in on from all angles, and all these tanks that kept the pressure, kept the engagements going, are now getting left to die a slow, painful death with no heals or supports coming out. Tamashi choosing to go for another wraparound here up the pathway, shall I say, and now trying to get out in front of the next group of PoE that's kiting to the east. And it looks like PoE are going to be broken here. I don't see any signs of return, just people getting caught left, right, and center. Defensive Grail Seekers coming out while he slowly dies. A real slow death. And I'm just seeing PoE name tag mounting.
Yeah, there does seem to be a split force by Elevate. They were definitely working with two different groups. They're very effective. I did see a number of members of Elevate seemingly split off early, and it became a little fractured towards the end of the fight when it looked like they were controlling it, is what I would say, going down and hunting those stragglers from PoE. But other than that, it was very, very well organized by Elevate here today. Not so much from PoE. Their support just seemed to be a step off, would be how I would describe it. I mean, they did really well turning, and they did split very well. They came from different directions very well, but their support just could not endure the attacks from Elevate.
Yeah, we got hammers on the hideouts in Rivercrops Fount. Q and the boys of AAA hammering away on both K-Bread of PoE Go and Hammer and Sicko of PoE Go here. Both hideouts under attack, and that's just the one zone northeast of where the fight just happened. I believe there's also a couple other hideouts under attack, as Bogul had them up on screen just a moment ago. Over there.
This one in Driving Cross, yeah.
Driving Cross is under attack as well. And that is
all the way south.
Ghost Ops hideout, level 3. 2 shields already lost, about to be its 3rd shield lost there. So, like there's no defense on these. And I'm wondering where that Hat Alliance group went. Because they did, I don't think they engaged with the AAA boys. Actually, they're just about to try and zone in now. We'll give Aussie 1 a little bit of loving in Rivercop's Fount as the boys zone in. Overcharges are popped. Cluster Q's activated here. They're going to be going... are they choosing to go fight that massive blob to the west? Or are they going to zone back out? They just popped Overcharge. Unless they're waiting for another Cluster Q rotation? We'll have to wait and see. 34 Disarray debuff.
Trying to hop around to the other groups that we know, and seems to be everybody is on the move trying to find a battle or an objective.
Yep, and I think Hammer and Sickle actually are out and about. They're about to engage with AAA, hop on Q, as I don't know why the Hat Alliance group are just chilling over there. Surely they want to come wrap around and hit the back lines of AAA while the group of Hammer and Sickle keep these guys focused down here in the south. We may see that blob rotate around the top end soon enough. It looks like it's slowly edging over here. AAA, though, going to be chasing down all of the Hammer and Sickle boys as they're pulled off the hideout for now, but they still have another 16 minutes to get those shields removed. Some people getting caught off guard. Mactapok going to be going down here. Maybe pops his Gigantify shoes. That's something that we hardly ever see
it very often. Yeah, it's new. I don't know if it's going to save him here. He seems pretty surrounded here, and I think they know his name.
Yep.
There you go. That's some points for you.
Yeah. Hat Alliance may be coming in. That these blobs are starting to connect here on the northeast side.
Well, Cluster Q is still active. We have 12 seconds till the next group moves in. Here's the big hat
Oh.
group. Let's see how long they last against AAA. Big engagement here, Robin. Where's the follow-up? Who's going to take control of this first one? Very
like,
even. Both sides doing well.
Yeah, Hat
Defensively.
actually
I mean,
soaked
just
that.
yeah, just really well. I think that AAA lost a few of them. Hat actually did a really good job soaking that up. That was very impressive. I mean, I think they lost 3 on both sides. Oh, the return down here on the south, didn't see that. There's a nice clump of AAA down from the Hat Alliance here.
Yeah, oh my god, that choke point to the east. Q, get involved,
He's
get up
not
there.
going in. He's not going in.
He's getting hit from the west.
inertia
Here we
ring,
go.
Yep.
Here we go. Hammer and Sickle getting a regroup. Obviously, their hideout is literally 2 inches to the north, so to speak.
It's
It's
right there.
literally right here inside the blob, so their return's going to be thick and fast, just depending how many sets they have inside that hideout. They're getting pushed back to the west, just you know, keeping these boys on their toes, while the eastern force of AAA is still back and forth on the choke point over here on Hat. Is he going to be wrapping around? There is a little opening just to the southeast side on the cliff here that he can wrap around. He needs to be careful. Hat can just openly engage down the cliff and over the cliff, but they're not going to.
No, they're
as they're
getting
going
caught
to
in
get
the
clumped and
choke.
dumped.
No support.
defensives.
0 defensives, Robin. That was 10 people just decimated in 3 seconds. Bogul hates seeing that.
Yep. Well, that's what happens when you have no locusts, enematics, or heals going down on the clump. And now Hammer and
Let's see
Sickle is
here.
back
Hammer
in the
and Sickle
firing
coming
line.
down. Yeah, let's see what
for
happens here with Hammer and
AAA.
Sickle coming south.
Here we go.
Oh, we got Fax here as well. Remember Fax, guys? They did really
Elevate.
well.
Ooh, you know, calm down, boys. Friendly fire. Elevate.
That's a little bit. Oh, they're sending some shields at each other. Look at that. Look at that. Gonna beam you.
It's a good stoppage. A lot of time, you know, the DPS gets a little
we've
bit
seen it.
overzealous.
We've
and, you know,
seen it. There's some famous members of the community who have fully engaged on their partners.
Yes, and it looks like this group of Hat and POE are getting cleaned up here. Elevate wrapping around the north side, AAA wrapping around the south side. It's clean up whoever you can, and let's get back to whacking those hideouts here in this zone, I believe.
Take a look at Noobslayer.
Uh-oh, what do we got?
Alrighty. Have a bit of action here in Driving Cross with the FRAG Alliance versus M3R and Overlords. Okay. I believe it's going to be a freeway piece of content here. Overlord's getting clumped and dumped once again. No defenses down. M3R looking for a push here, but the boys... Look at these tanks just holding down this choke point. Double inertia ring just slowing down any push here from M3R. M3R getting pushed back west. So M3R looking for a turn. Damnation Pierces are coming out. The frontline Fallens coming down thick and fast for Frag. And now the push continues. It's a little bit chaotic here. Big Catman comes in. No defenses at all. And Drick's going to pop his Cleric Cow while his members fall around him. And Noob Slayer's just enjoying the free loot bags, it seems. As M3R getting picked off one by one. And it's back onto the hideout, I believe, when M3R's cleaned up here. M3R's trying to get a regroup up north next to it, but they just don't have enough, surely.
I don't know here.
Yeah, loads of them are running west. And
Yeah, I
east
think you're
and
right. Yeah,
stuff.
this is just not a single point. They're not all grouped together and ready to engage here, Robin.
Overlords, though, coming back in for another round. They do get shut down by the defensive Grail Seekers, though. And now Frag paying full attention to the southeast side once again. 11 minutes remaining to remove that shield on Ghost Ops hideout tucked away in the north corner, which is why Frag are actually here to begin with. And that's going to be the Orshi rope for Overlords. Another nice little clump and dump there by Frag. There they go. Should be
Well done
back
by Frag.
Onto that hideout now.
Heading back over there. I did get kicked off over there.
Q is in Thunder
In Thunder Rock Upland, yeah, he's moved on. He's chased.
Tomashi is in River Cop's Fount still. They're hammering away the hideout. Okay, so K-Bread POE Go is the focus for Elevate on the eastern side. on the western side. You have the AAA group on the Hammer and Sickle hideout. 26% remaining on the Hammer and Sickle hideout over to the west. Plenty of time for that to be removed. 73% with the K-Bread hideout on the eastern side.
And that's a level 6 on the power, a level 3 on the shields, Robin. That's a nice hideout for K-Bread there.
Yeah, I mean, even better for Hammer and Sickle. It's nearly full stack.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
They're really going after these nice hideouts of PoE here.
Yep, applying the pressure, focusing anything they can to get them removed from the map.
And usually, you know, we see a situation where you have to kind of split your force so that PoE can only bring, you know, either attack one or the other, because they don't generally split. They'll always try to bring as many as they can, use the power of numbers to their advantage. But it didn't even work in their last fight. They lost that fight, Robin.
Yeah. Yep. And I mean, I've been watching the battle boards over the last couple days, and I mean, it's been devastating for PoE. I believe we got some content on Nido 14.
Okay, let's go check him out. Been paying attention to him a bit.
Bogul updates us in the chat in Battle Break Peaks. It's M3R once again versus Cheer. We have seen Cheer pop up a couple of times as they've been roaming around.
Yep.
Enjoying the content. There's a large chest popping here in 27 minutes, so it's definitely just two groups running into each other. M3R going to lose one or two. Nice little Cowman, but it's dragged away from the nice clump. Kursko tearing through the front lines. And these melee DPSs are applying the pressure here. M3R spotted trouble once again.
Yeah, Cheer doing really well.
Yo, look at the lockdown here, dude.
Impressive. They just locked these guys down, shut them down, and said, we're going to push off all the rest of your forces. You guys are left here to die. Nido, I don't know if he's going to make it. Are these guys not going to chase him?
I don't know.
They're going to let him go.
Looks like.
All right.
Nice little pressure there from Cheer.
Nicely done by Cheer. We'll have to keep that in mind as we watch for the next season. Look up Cheer, see how they're doing.
I'll carry on bouncing around, see what we can find. I think PoE are calling it a day here. I think FRAG are on the move.
All right.
Cynic is in driving end outside the CIR hideout that's under attack here. It's 7 minutes remaining. The blob to the west, which is PoE VZ, and the blob on the northwest door is PoE Go. But we have seen time and time again. Driving end is the trench, the frontline trench of the wars when it comes down to it. Like this zone is like the impassable line. It's always like it comes to a head in this zone, and it flips side to side like pretty much every day. The hideout, I think, was under attack for like nearly a week and a half straight, just flipping, like gaining shields, losing shields, gaining shields, back and forth, and it stayed up, and it's still up right now.
Robin, I just popped over to let me take selfie because I wanted to see what Sun was doing, and I found him all alone getting killed by the forces of FRAG. He's currently at 90 HP and just mounted after going invisible and evading about 10 dudes. Really well done. Let me take selfie. That's a shout out for you. That's a veteran move right there. Well done.
And actually, Sun were able, I believe, was driving Riverbed. Was that under attack today? Driving Cross, driving Oasis, driving Confluence, driving, and no. There was one. Driving Confluence was under attack by Sun today, but they weren't able to get it. But they have held on to driving Riverbed. Funny, because I've been seeing them launch attacks, and it's both when PoE are launching or when Frags are launching, and they're just trying to snake territories at the moment. And they've been claiming one or two, but they only hold on for about a day. And then it flips back, but it's still funny to see. I'm quite surprised PoE really haven't got involved in a war yet. I guess they're just enjoying the small scale content life, not having to worry about CTAs anymore.
Yeah, that's got to be nice, not having to worry about the CTAs and just being able to play content. How do you like that? That's what you guys do, right?
That's what I'm doing. I
Yeah,
love
I
it.
hear you're having fun.
We've been doing some CTAs. I mean, Militant's been doing pretty well in the NA side of things. As a strong solo guild, we're doing pretty well. I think we have like 6 territories to our name now in our little region of the map.
Nicely done. Nicely done.
I mean, fighting One Dun, fighting Frag every now and then, fighting Surf and Milla, and it's content. Real good content. Looks like everybody is just clearing up their objectives now. And it looks like POE are not moving out of Drive-Ain. Drive-Ain End. Hat are back up into their homelands in Timberslope Dell area of the map as well. A quick, decisive blow and an easy win, it seems, for the anti-POE coalition today. Multiple wins in the ZVZ front.
Yeah, across multiple aspects too, both in the ZVZ and in the objective wars. Generally, we'll see PoE win one of those two situations. Often the objectives, they may lose a ZVZ, but they play the tactical battle, the overview strategic battle very well, of placing their armies into position where it generally denies you your objectives. Today we saw a few objectives fall.
Yeah, I think every major objective that the anti-PoE coalition wanted, they actually took. I mean, hideout shields are the most valuable, because they're the most time-consuming. And going into this week, it's going to be real interesting to see if PoE can hold. We see them come back. It's wild. Like the amount of times we see them like go down to like 2. Or even the final shield, and then suddenly like their Zerg just acts completely different and they come back and win, reapply a couple shields. Like, is it going to be possible this time round? They don't have that many people compared to what they used to have in terms of different fronts. I mean, Squad is no longer here backing them up. We don't have Sun anymore. It's some big numbers, big ZVZ players that no longer help them. Arch isn't here as well. A couple times in previous wars, we have seen Arch show up at 1800 time slot and help PoE over to the western side of the map. That hasn't happened yet.
No, Arch seems to be busy with its own situation right now. They seem to have a bit of a, I don't know, an unwelcome occupant in their midst, I guess. They've been... The AAA Alliance kind of set some homes down there and started farming them for fun.
Yeah, it's it's been interesting to follow that content over. I mean, I still can't believe Arch lost Red Tree.
Well, they didn't lose it. They're just getting slowly beaten up when they're there.
Slowly getting evicted hideout after hideout.
Yeah. They haven't lost it yet.
Well, they haven't held it.
I've been told they don't even need it, and they don't even want it. It's just there.
It's just there, you know.
It's just a thing, you know. Arch isn't a place. Arch is a feeling. It's like, you know.
What is that feeling like?
It's the feeling of you're in the middle of a really intense battle, and your shot caller's doing everything that he can to keep everybody motivated and in line, and then some random person comes in and starts going penis into your conversation. Then like 3 people will tell him to stop, and then everybody will then just start into a chorus of it, and it's there goes the ZVZ, and you're done.
Sounds like you've had experience in that, Shozen.
Something like that, yeah. I used more friendly words than what actually happens. So.
Okay, yeah. Praise be.
But it's something like that.
God bless. Love Arch.
They're working on it. It's progressing, though. I will say there are elements inside Arch that are trying to improve Arch. I've seen that. The push on Red Tree has started even more of that. where members are trying to get shit together and, you know, mount a defense and be there to push people out, because it's not a large group that's killing them generally. It's just a bunch of people all the time just spawning in Red Tree and just ganking people. They can't get their forces together in time to go defend it, and so now you're seeing like a Red Tree action force trying to form or something. You know, it's interesting. They're all getting their content. Everybody's getting their content.
Everybody's getting
And
content.
I would say that, like, Arch's primary concern isn't stuff, which is hard to believe considering how they react to loot bags. But it's more about just having a thing to do. And with the players there attacking them, there's always something to do. I remember it was the middle of last season, and some Arch members complained to me that nobody was attacking Arch. They were like, we used to be invaded 4 or 5 times a day, and we'd have something to do. We didn't have to go anywhere for content. It just came to us. But now we have to leave and search for content. Content's there now.
You just walk outside your hideout and there it is.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I think it's like that for everyone though. Like all across the world at the moment. It's just Albion feels so good, dude. There's a reason why I've been staying up to 4 or 5 a.m. every night playing Albion when I shouldn't be.
Bogul just got called out for a CTA.
Yeah, Bogul skipping CTA.
Skipping CTA.
I'm at work. I don't know.
Yeah.
It doesn't count. You have to be.
You have to do a recruitment plug. That's my deal. When I miss a CTA and I'm online. Who you playing with right now?
Dove.
All right, give
But
it
I
Dove
just joined.
recruitment plug.
I don't know anything yet, and so far it's been really confusing. But they're winning sometimes, they're losing sometimes. I think that's good.
Is this the group that you said you'd prefer Chinese calls than English calls because the English calls were too confusing and you were just hoping you could find somebody who you could listen to in Chinese?
Yeah, but that doesn't work if a third of the Zerg is English. So
All right. Well,
That's true.
I did see that they had like a different caller for the English group. So,
well, they also have Q. So
I know how you feel about the queue.
Not that Q. I think he means Q.
Q.
Like as in
Oh,
Q. Q.
all right. Yeah.
the 14-year-old
Man.
guy who couldn't spell cool.
I still think he was 14 in the 90s. Like, because that's, like Q. Yeah, never mind. Move on. We got to move on from that name. We're
Yeah.
spending far too much time on that name. He's going to be like,
Yeah.
that's not even the way you pronounce it, you idiots.
Hey, it happens all the time. People are used to it by now.
It's Kiwawa. Come on. Can you even read?
Oh dear.
All
All right.
yeah, I can't find any more CVCs, Robin. I'm
Yeah, never
I'm
can
out
I.
of content, and we're here talking about
Q.
who.
All right, Q. All right. Do we have any Q shows coming up later on?
No.
Yeah, we have a couple of them. We have the Daily Show where we'll be going over all the news of the week. I believe we have Bogul. We have NDA
actual
notes?
shows, not just Q whatever that was shows. Never mind. What?
Bogul, what's on the show today? I know we have
Uh,
NDA updates. I heard that there's changes on the test server. What do you got for me?
Well, apparently there was the patch 1 that has been put on the test server, which does have something very interesting, something very badass to show off. In the middle of Red Tree. Nonetheless.
I've seen that. That
Yeah.
looks fucking dope, dude. I wish every season we got that. That
Yeah.
shit is dope.
No.
We
But I
will
understand
go
why not.
look
but
at
still.
the test server thing a little bit, but we'll talk about that patch 1. Shozen has some art, I think. Then we'll do a little bit of a run up on the news and maybe read shoutouts for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
pretty
And then we
cute.
have Tazza coming in after that, don't we?
For the
5v5 Crystal League.
Yeah. You
Like
go.
having him around. He definitely does some good work for us there with the 5v5 Crystal League. And I heard a rumor, Robin, he'll
Right.
be joining us tomorrow for the War Report.
Yes, he will. He'll be doing all the knobs and dials in the back line. In the back line? Back
In
end.
the back line, yep.
Yep. You can
That's
tell
where I
I'm in
shoot from.
ZBZ mode, can't you? Jeez.
Yeah.
I think you'll be here Thursday as well. Thursday, we will have a new player show with Nomad Poncho, but unfortunately, we have no interview this week. It kind of fell through last minute. And so, if there's somebody you guys would like me to interview, guys, hit me up. I'm looking for interviews for the next 3 weeks.
There you go. At the amount of times I get spammed, Shozen do an interview. It's mainly on YouTube comment actually and stuff. So yeah, hit up Shozen. His Discord tag should be on stream. There it is, bottom left. Hit him up on Discord and let him know you're down for an interview. Alrighty. I mean, talking of interviews,
there you go. There's your segue.
Shows, you can check out our YouTube channel, youtube.com/AlbionTV, where you can find all the 5v5 20 versus 20 Crystal League coverage, along with all the war reports and Invasion Day battles. We got the daily shows and interviews. If you're looking to listen to the interviews, maybe in a different format, say MP3 on the way to work, on the way home from work, on the way to school, who knows, you can. Where can they find that too, Shozen?
They can find that over on soundcloud.com/AlbionTV, or any place they listen to podcasts by simply typing in Albion TV into the search bar. If they do that, they would be greeted with over 100 interviews featuring some of the most interesting and charismatic individuals in all of Albion Online, as well as members of the Sandbox Interactive Development team. So if they're interested in how the game was made, what's going on behind the scenes, the histories, or the politics of Albion, head over to soundcloud.com/AlbionTV and listen to all the interviews we've produced in the last 4 years.
Alrighty, that's Q. All right. Thanks for watching the War Report. We'll be back in about 15 minutes-ish time for the daily show. Gold codes will be given away during the 2 shows coming up, as there's no delay on them. And yeah, until then, have a glorious evening, everybody. Adios.